I want to talk about Bandit, which is a beginner wargame hosted by overthewire.org. It really teaches you the basics on navigating in Linux. If you're interested in doing capture the flag events in the future, this is a really good place to start. It's one of the places where I learned the kind of the ins and outs of navigating at the command line when I was kind of new to Linux. This wargame has actually been around for quite a while, so I really recommend it. I think the best way to kind of learn it is to do it yourself. And if you want to follow along with this video, that's great. I think you should try it. Pause the video when you get to a new level, and come back if you're having some difficulty. So with that said, I'd like to just kind of jump into level 0, which is it's the basics of SSH. So we can learn something about kind of any Linux command by using what's called a man page. So if we just type man SSH, we can learn a lot about what this command does. So we see that this is the OpenSSH remote login client. We see a lot of different flags on things we can set and options. We see a description, and we can scroll down to get more information about the various options. So a man page is a great place to start if you see a new command and you're not quite sure how to use it. The other option is to use help. So SSH actually doesn't have a help page, but it does. See, it gives us this unknown option at the top, but if we do just type SSH, we'll get those same usage examples, or not examples, but it'll give you the basic flags that you need to use. So the two that we're looking for here are the login name, which is going to be Bandit 0, and the port, which is going to be 2220. So to run this command, we're going to just do SSH-L bandit 0. Then we'll type the name of the server, which is bandit.labs. And finally, we'll type our port, so -P2220, and hit enter. So it'll say the authenticity can't be established. We haven't seen this host before. So we're just going to type yes. And we are going to type the password, which is bandit 0. And we're logged in, essentially. So that's level 1, or that's level 0, I should say. Let's move on to level 1, which is finding the password for the next level. So the way that these war games work is you kind of find the password for the next level, you log out of that, and then you log in with the next number. So we'll log in next time with Bandit 1, for example. So let's take a look at what's in our home directory. So you can see that the commands that you may need to solve this level are things like ls, cd, cat, etc. There's really only a couple that we need here, but we can kind of walk through what some of them do. So the ls command is kind of it gives a directory listing. So we can see that there's one file there. One common thing that you'll see a lot of people use is using this -la, which gives you a lot more information about files. It'll display hidden files, gives you some permissions, creation information, that sort of thing. So we can see that from this directory listing, we can see that there's a few hidden files, which are those that start with that period. We can also see our README file. So we can, to view that file, the cat command is our friend, and we can just type cat readme, and we can see this is the password for the next level. So let's copy that, and we can exit from here. And we can also, one useful trick is to use this up arrow to use our last command the command that we used last. You can also hit home if you want to go to the front of that line. So what we're going to do is change this bandit 0 to bandit 1. Hit enter, and then we're going to paste our password. And now you can see that we are our user that we're logged in as is bandit 1. So let's move on to the level 2 challenge here, which is the password for the next level is stored in a file called dash, which is in our home directory. So we can let's do it ls-la again, and we can see that there is this file that's called dash. And so just like the last time, we can just type cat dash. And unfortunately, we're not going to get anything because the command line doesn't know quite how to interpret that dash. So we can see over here that there's some helpful reading material on searching for a dash file name, for example. So let's check that out real quick. Let's see how to search for a dash file name. This sounds like something good. And we can kind of scroll down to our answers here, and we can go back up and say, hey, they're trying it, how to open this file. If you want to open a file of this type, you need to specify the full location. So the full location is our current working directory. So if we type, our current working directory is this // So if we type cat // and then our file name, we can see that file shows up right there. So let's copy this. We'll exit and sign in as Bandit2 and paste this in here. All right, so we're successful, logged in as Bandit2, and we can move on to the next challenge here. So the password for this level is it's in a file called spaces in this file name. So again, let's just see what's in our directory here. Okay, we see our file called spaces in this file name. So if we just type cat spaces in this file name. Okay, so it looks like it's parsing each of these each of these items separately. It's kind of parsing those spaces, and we're not able to figure that out. Now we could use this helpful Google search for spaces in the file name, but there are a couple of ways to approach this. So one is to encapsulate something in quotation marks. Oops. And that'll get us the answer. The other handy trick you might want to pick up on is using the tab autocomplete. So if we just type cat and then hit the tab, oops. Okay, we have to type the SP. If you type tab, then it will autocomplete. Since there's only one file in there, it knows what it's looking for. And you can see those slashes are escape characters. So we can just hit enter and it'll give us the same result. So it's basically escaping the space character in this file. So let's grab this. We'll exit. And let's check out Bandit3. Okay, so the password for this is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. So let's take a look at the directories that are available. So we see, again, some hidden files, and then we see a directory called in here. So we can use the cd command to go into the in here directory, and again we can hit tab to autocomplete that. And it's a hidden file, so if we just type ls, we're not going to see anything. So again, the LA flag set on this will show us a little bit more. We can see this hidden file. To view this file, it doesn't take much more than knowing what it's called, and so we can just cat this .hidden file and get our flag. So let's copy this and move on to the next level here. So for this, the password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. So again, let's see our in here directory. So let's get in here and let's see what our files are. Okay, so there's 10 files. We're not quite sure what's going on with them, which one is human readable. Let's see if we can get a little more information about them. Well, that doesn't really help us too much. They're all the same. They're all 33 bytes, and one way we could do this is just by catting each of the file names. Oops. So we can start with file 00. We can see that that's not human readable, but that's not really an efficient way to do things, obviously. So one thing we could do is use the file command, and we can get a little more information about the files by using this. So let's try the file command on file 01. So that tells us that it's a data file. We could go hit up and this on file 02 and file 03. But the easier way to do this is to just iterate that command over everything that has that word file in it. So instead of that, we can do file 0 star, hit enter, and we can see that the only file that has ASCII text is file 07. So we can cat our file 07 and get the password for the next level. So that's the first 5 levels of the Bandit Wargame. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I plan on doing the rest of this wargame, so feel free to like this video and subscribe if you want to see the rest of what's going on. So thanks for watching.